Yeah, I did.
Yeah, you did.
Oh, you guys get to see, yes, the skinny Jared twice.
Yeah.
You can tell me
Has
afterwards.
anybody seen Requiem for a Dream before? Wow,
Yeah.
I'm going to see it again. Look at that.
How many people have never seen Requiem? Wow. By the way, put a diaper on. Take some aspirin now.
Well,
You just saw like a heartwarming, loving story. Darren's about to rip your fucking head off and shit down your throat. Just so you know.
It's a really raw movie. It's a movie
Yeah.
about addiction. It's a movie about
Yeah.
illusions. The
Yeah.
characters are all living a life kind of in denial
Yeah.
in a lot of ways.
I think it has a lot in common with Dallas Buyers Club. I think in a way, for me, they're obviously significant pieces of my life and parts of my life. But beyond that, I think that they're about a group of dreamers that are trapped in circumstances, horrible, horrendous circumstances beyond their control, doing everything that they can in order to survive. And they're fighting, a demon. There's a bad guy in the film, and in both of them, it's not really the FDA, it's the disease. And in Requiem for a Dream, it's not people, it's addiction. So they do have some common ground. God, what a lighthearted double feature.
I know, they're brave souls. But
Yeah.
addiction is certainly in the headlines
Classic
now,
is-
and it's something that doesn't go away, and it's an interesting topic to pursue, I imagine.
It is, it is an interesting topic, and in both films, I didn't think about this until just now, but yeah, I play a character that's addicted to drugs and alcohol, or one of the two. So there's some common ground. I've done that a few times. I don't know what's wrong with me.
Well, what drove you to get into acting in the first place? What was it? Because you've done some great independent movies, mostly independent movies, I would say, like these.
Yeah, I've done that. I mean, I started as a painter, an artist. I wanted to be an artist, and that's what I went to art school for, to study to be a painter. And then I found photography and film, and I switched my major. So I went from being a visual artist to a film artist. That's what I was studying, is more kind of avant-garde video art and fine art film. That's what I was studying. But eventually I was always seduced by the idea of narrative, and I always loved film. I love stories, and I thought that I could become an actor that would help me get a job as a director. That was my weird rationale. So I always had this secret, desire that I'd be so brave, and I'd see the actors in the performance art section of the school and thought they were so interesting and wonderful. But I really came at this from the point of view of an outsider, and I think I've felt that way ever since. Yeah.
How did you?
I still don't feel like an actor. Isn't that strange?
After all these.
No, I really don't. I still feel like, that's an actor or somebody else. I don't know. It's a very strange thing.
At what point did you get, with 30 Seconds to Mars, how did you get into the music? And the reason I said 30 Seconds to Tokyo is I'm a film nerd.
Yeah.
And there's a movie called 30 Seconds Over Tokyo. So every
really?
time I start 30 Seconds.
I'm gonna watch it. Has anyone seen that movie? Is it good?
30 Seconds Over Tokyo. It's a famous movie in the 40s. Anyway, how did you get to 30 Seconds to Mars? How did you get to the music?
Well, I always made music, even when I was in art school. It's a very common thing, I'm not comparing myself, so don't even think that. But John Lennon was an art student. There's so many people that were art school dropouts or art students that started bands. David Bowie as well. Thank you very much.
David Bowie, thank you, front row.
Two people to be in great company with. Thank you, front row. David Bowie and John Lennon. David Lynch. Here we go. See, it's a trend. But I think it's just a common thing. I think creative people are creative people, and whether you're using a guitar or your voice or paint or film or, telling a story on screen, it all comes from the same place. You're making something and sharing it with people. So it's common for people to explore different verticals within that.
Did you ever think you'd have the kind of success, though, your albums keep going?
No, especially because I knew I was walking into a massive fucking quagmire of clusterfucks making music, that I would just get my ass kicked to holy hell. I mean, I kind of had a nice little film career and not taken any of the abuse that I got early on, you know, and been, you know, by now probably sitting in the Hollywood Hills wearing Kleenex boxes on my shoes, on my feet with long fingernails. Yeah. Exactly. So you know, the music, you have to be compelled beyond a reasonable doubt to be an actor, to be a director, to be an artist, to be a musician. It's not something you negotiate with yourself. You are compelled beyond a reasonable doubt, or you don't do it because it's too much. You know, there's such psychological warfare that come. There are actors here tonight. How many actors? Raise your hand.
A few.
A few. Okay, so you know what I'm talking about. It can be the absolute worst thing ever, and it can be a miracle, right? And it's a very, very tricky career. So you have to be compelled, or else you're better off not doing it. So the same is with music. And you know, I wasn't going to let anyone's opinion of what I should do with my life stand in the way with what I wanted to do with my life, which is live my dreams. And that's exactly what I did.
And obviously working.